Hello, everyone. So I made this list to cover all matchups that I'm going to share with you. It took me some time, but in this list, my point is, in this list, I've used some words sometimes, such as weaving, spacing, and some other basic expressions I've used, such as warding the bush level 1. I know there's a tier list in there as well. And I wanted to show you what I mean by that, so there's no confusion, because these terms like weaving, I used it quite a bit throughout, and I'm just afraid that if somebody doesn't understand what weaving means, they'll kind of just not get it. So I'd rather show you. So what I meant by weaving, okay, is take up 6. I'll get full into mana so I can show you a couple stuff that I mentioned throughout the video. What I meant by weaving is because Jayce combos like this, like you start with this range form and then you engage like this, yes? And you go in 1, 2, 3 auto. This is how the combo should look like. But weaving means you don't just run in a straight line. Notice how here I just run in a straight line. So what I mean is you do this. You see this? You run from side to side. So usually weave when you want to dodge a key ability. I'll give one example. Like Xerath's E. You know, Xerath throw that E to like stun you. So if you land it like this, you don't just run in, you would do this. You see, you dodge the E, so the E is dodged, and then you go in. Alternatively, of course, you can just flash, right? So of course you can just like when he E's, you just flash it and then you just kill her, right? Okay, that's weaving done out of the way. Now spacing, I mentioned this before, but I can say it again, no problem. So let's say the dummy is Annie. What is Annie's threat range? Somewhere here, yeah? So this is where Annie can throw her bear. This is her range of threat. This is how scary she is. Her threat range is somewhere here. So I would constantly dip in and out of her threat range like this. Let's say this is Annie. I would do like this. That is how I'm spacing her. And against melee matchups, so let's say this is a Trundle. Trundle's auto attack range is somewhere here. So I would just auto and I would just keep not letting him approach me. See? That's how you kite him and you space him continuously. So spacing just means to essentially get out of threat range and keep spacing. A lot of times through the list, I would also mention that you space until the person is very, very much used for top lane. So when I mean by ward the early bush is you ward here. And if the person steps in, you would immediately start autoing and you start spacing him. You see what I'm doing here? And you start doing this kind of thing. If he approaches you and he steps, let's say, too close, let's say he walks in and you walk forward, accidentally, he's too close now, you immediately switch forms. Because when you switch forms, you get resistances. You immediately switch forms and you just auto him once or twice to get your Conqueror stacked up at his lethal tempo. It doesn't matter. So you get your Conqueror stacked up, and then what I mean is at the end of it, so when this is about to come back, then you would Q to slow him, change forms, and you can kite him again. So you Q because your Q slows him, your Jayce's Q slows, and your ult, every time you use your ult, you get movement speed. So not only do you slow him, you also ult to gain like this, I suppose, gap. You create this gap between you guys, and you start hitting him again. Okay, and I think this is most of the basics covered in the list. Of course, another thing is imagine this is a minion and this is the enemy. Okay, so what you would do is you can also start with melee form. What I mean by queuing the range minion and hitting them is you queue like this and then you approach them and you can start trading like this. Yeah. And with that, that covers most of the terminologies I've used. Yeah, most of the terminology I used. If you don't understand anything, of course, feel free to Discord message me, join my Discord. You can ask me anything. Um, I guess I'll close out with showing you the base combos of Jayce. On when I say like, oh, you just kill him, you basically just use your combo. So you have to learn Jayce combos. Yeah. So for starters, is your Q this is your Q, and your E is the acceleration gate, makes you move really quick. So oftentimes when I say you move really quick, it's because you QE and then you ult through. So not only do you get the ult movement speed, you get the acceleration movement speed, the acceleration gate, so you move really quickly. But to combo, you want to put your gate as close to you as possible, because if it's far, it flies. You see, this is slower because it takes all this time to arrive at the gate speeds it up. So you put the gate right next to you, so it goes very fast. See, that's a lot faster, yeah? So you basically gate like this, you turn on the W so you have increased attack speed, but don't use it in your range form. Transfer to your melee form. Press WR here, and then you slam down to auto attacks 3 times very smoothly with this W. Yeah. So I'll show you slowly. W R change forms auto 1 2 3. See that? And you finish off with the E, because that's a lot of Conqueror stacks now, and then that's the combo in range form. In melee form, you can start with the Q. Like I said, if this is the minion over here, you can also hit like this. It's AoE. You hit them one time with the big auto, you E them, and then you change forms, auto attack 3 times with W, and then you blast them at the end with a huge Conqueror spiked up blast. So this is often very much used at top lane. So you can catch them off guard by queuing like this to slow them. So they must be standing somewhere here. Yeah, you kill like this to slow them. You auto attack, you E them, and you auto attack 3 times like this. Boom, like that. That's how you combo. So by the time they're that's basically it. Some little J stuff is Jayce can Q flash, Jayce can QE flash as well. QE flash is a lot harder, but it's a lot fancier and a lot more powerful because you QE flash into that big combo we talked about. W change forms, auto 3 times E. And that's it. Okay, so I hope this helps. Let me know if anything. Take care, everyone. All the best.